Where did that go? What's the price? TSMC price? No, 355. Where is the chart? Why can't I see a chart? TSM. Okay, sorry. TSMC. Taiwan Semiconductor. So had good earnings, and so Nvidia should push up based on that. It did push up based on that, and I want to be involved with LRCX. What I'm watching. So let's go further out. So now chart. Let's get started. So let's start with semiconductor itself. Let's pull up SOX and let's pull up SMH and perhaps TSM because they had earnings. And on this side, let's pull up LRCX, or you can pull up Nvidia, or you want to do AMD, or whichever suits your price point. You can do that. And I still think this will start to push into this number here, which it tried yesterday, but I think today it will push into this number again, 247. So SMH, based on SMH and this thing, SOX, I think it will test these numbers and it will push into this number here, 3147. So once it crosses 3147 and on the SMH 249, and then we will look for a further upside. But for now, this is the base case and this is a good to have. And based on that, you can probably trade any of this stuff. And I think this will run up into this number right here, 104 or something. Beyond this, look for push higher. And if SMH and SOX clear their 50 on 1 hour, then you can expect AMD to clear its 50 and push higher into this number. And TSM is actually pushing. So look for AMD or LRCX, something along those lines. We will trade both, Don. We will trade both. I will be notifying, whichever super trend gets hit, or whichever EMA, SMA, which one will hold to value to us. I will notify on voice, or I can put it in the chat as well for people who are not on voice. We'll do that. Let's see. What is this? This is how I want to trade both of these stocks. You can go for Nvidia. You can go for, I don't know, whichever one that you want to pick. I think there is room to the upside for all of these. My charts are super slow. Nvidia. We're looking for Nvidia. I think Nvidia has up room into 227 based on the daily chart, and I think I think the markets will kind of push higher today into its mean. No, not its mean. 4470 something. 4466 will chart that, but let's see. So Nvidia has a room to the upside. Technicals are pointing to the upside here, and we are getting one pale green bar, pale red bar. Perhaps we'll get another pale red bar. So I will be looking out for trades in semiconductors today, the chip sector. I want to trade the LRCX because that's the one I like better than Nvidia. I think it's much predictable, and I think I should be able to get a good entry for this. So let's see how this works out. Amazon, I've already gotten out of this trade, so not gonna get involved there. But Amazon is in a clear uptrend. It has started. I think it has just started its uptrend. Let's see how far it goes. Uh, it has to pull back. Nonetheless, it has to pull back. Why does it have to pull back? Actually, here is the chart. Yeah, this is the chart which is suggesting a pullback into its 8 right about here, 3103, whatever this number is. If it breaks below here, and then we are looking for a push into this number right about here, 3089. So I don't want to sit around and find out whether it's going to bounce or not. Most likely it will bounce, but ephemeral bounce. Then I'll probably look to go short if it breaks below here. I'm looking for a push into this number, 3089. So a slow grind down, perhaps, yeah, but still, I'll take that. Futures trying to push down, not much, but still, it's not really a thing that is that was out of the ordinary, got overbought and coming back down. Most likely, it will go hit this number 4428. Let's look for a bounce around there. If it fails there, we'll look for the bounce around 50, which is 4424. Beyond that, let's reassess after if it breaks here, right? 4428 and to the downside, 4425. So it's not too far from here, but looks like a good spot to bounce. If it doesn't bounce there, we'll look for a push into right about this 200, 4409. Don't believe it's going to go beyond that at this moment where I'm looking at this thing from. And push down into 4367. Right now, I'm not pricing in that number. If it to the downside, let's plot the base case to the downside. 44. My base case to the downside is 4425, and my good to have would be 4412. And if that pushes down, then we're looking for a push into most likely this number 4372. This is I'm not pricing in this number right now, but as the day progresses, we will see after 4412 if we can push into this number or not. Yeah, basically that's where it is. The mean is sitting at 4116, not really pricing in any of these numbers right now. 4313, even not this number. To the upside, let's see. Let's plot to the upside. 1 hour chart, the mean is sitting at 4440. That should be my base case to the upside. And a good to have would be 4470. That's the base case. Not seeing beyond that. The mean is sitting at 4500. This should mark some sort of a top, but if we clear 4500 on SPX, then I think the markets will continue into its all-time highs. That's my understanding right now. Let's go over to if anybody's trading Tesla. Well, before Tesla, let's go over into this thing. Change Windows, screen 3, right here, SPX. So with SPX, this is the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart is still showing momentum to the upside. This hit, and yesterday we were looking for this lotto. We got this thing. It came right back down. I think the 1 hour chart. This is the 1 hour SPY chart. For the SPY chart, this is where the bounce should be incoming, 44, 441.90 or something like that. And if it breaks there, but there will be a bounce here, although ephemeral sort of a bounce, but there will be a bounce here. After that bounce, we will look for 440 SPY. Right now, I'm not pricing it, but 440.89 would be a good spot for SPY. So $3 to the downside, not really pricing that in, but let's see. A good bounce spot is here around 441.80, 441.90. Let's see how it fares there. After that, we'll price in 441.50 and then 440.80. And this is the super trend, which it hit on regular candles. And yeah, again, the same story with regular candles. Then let's see what happens after it touches its 21. Looks like a good bounce spot. And after that bounce, most likely it will push back into 442.90. So $1 push, the $1 range around here. Let's see what happens after that. If it clears the 50, 1 hour, just like everything else, just like the semis and everything, it will push into this number. So 443.69 will be a breather spot. After this breather spot, let's reassess the situation for SPY. I am beginning to think it's going to be a long sort of a day, but I don't want to go into the markets with a bias that will screw things up. So don't want to do that. To the upside, let's see. There is still ammo to the upside, and let's plot this on the daily. So here is my base case on the daily time frame. Right about here, 44.66 or something. This should be my base case to the upside for SPY or SPX. 44.66 is what I'm looking for to the upside as a base case. And then it will test, if it clears there, it will test 44.78 and then look for a small breather around there. Then it will push into this number right here, 44.94. This should act as the gate, sort of a gate, whether it's going to push up or push down. 200 on a daily would be a big level to cross. If it crosses there, then I think the mean will mean this should be a very good spot where we can short mean, the hit of mean. And it has to come back down to its 200. And then if it stays above its 200, the markets will rally into 45.27 and beyond. And if it breaks below its 200, then we will look for a short back into 44.68. That's how I want to play this game. And on the IXIC side of things, I think this IXIC would be the decider today again, because a lot of things are in favor of IXIC pushing up, and a few things are against ISIC pushing up right now. So one thing that is against IXIC is interest rates. Should interest rates push up, obviously this will come down. But if the interest rates are tame, that means gradual increase in interest rates. Then even in that scenario, I am seeing that the tech will rally. Because the other development that is happening around the world is COVID. COVID is making a comeback, and depending on how hard the COVID comeback would be, tech will take the center stage again, just to enable the business. And anything that enables e-commerce will be the winner, or anything that makes sure the e-commerce business is running smoothly, i.e., uh, the cybersecurity and everything that goes along with e-commerce. Those businesses will take off, and also Zoom and stuff. Those should be on your watch list as well. And payment processors, that should also be on your list, because e-commerce mainly depends on e-payment processors. So find those, and there's something called Cirrus Logic, and those are there's another one. that's not discussed much. One is Cirrus Logic, and another one is so when you go to these stores and whatnot, you tap your card to make a payment. That is one more technology that that has been on the tear lately. So look for that. I'm forgetting the name of that company or those companies, but look for those companies. Tap to pay, whatnot. I know one is Cirrus Logic. Forgetting a few others. But yeah, look into that sector. Simple Google search should give you that sector. Uh, Cybersecurity, yeah, cybersecurity like Crowd, Palo Alto Network, and there are quite a few names that DDoG. Splunk is not really cybersecurity, but yes, Splunk too. Splunk, Snow is big data, and I don't know if PLTR would fall into that category, but yeah, yeah, look for those. Okay. Farmer posted something. Look into that. Okay, and let's go back to this thing. So if IXIC pushes up here, if it crosses this number right here, then we're looking for IXIC to push into 13,755. This is my base case to the upside. If it clears here, then 13,842. So let's round that up at 1350. And I think a test of 1400 is coming to IXIC, but let's clear the 50 here at 13,761. This is my base case. So a good 90 points, 120 points to the upside. And how would that translate to Qs? Qs, let's look for a push into 348, and then from there push into 349 and most likely 351. So this is the path the Qs will take. My base case to the upside would be 348.50. Let's round that up at 348.20. So that's my base case to the upside, and Qs are IXIC is bouncing off of good levels. But if it cannot sustain the bounce, then we are looking for a push down again into what's this number? 13,380. Uh, I don't believe it's going to do that right away. But depending on the news and whatnot, we are looking for IXIC to push into 13,750. Let's take a call there. I'm not seeing a whole lot of downside on IXIC either, but let's plot that as well. If IXIC pushes down, then we are looking for IXIC to test its 5 on the hourly, which is sitting at 13,612. Then a push into 13,586. The mean is sitting at 13,550. So the base case to the downside would be here at the 8, 13,586, and that breaks. Then we are looking at mean at 13,518. This should be the path to the downside, and of course the path should be to the upside is this number basically. So if it clears its 50, and then we'll push into its 200 on the IXIC side of things. Amazon is still in an uptrend intact. So let's see if it can clear its 200 on the 4 hour, then a push into 3136 and a clear shot at 3150. So if I'm playing something to the upside, Amazon and what is this one? Microsoft. These are the ones that I want to play to the upside. Microsoft looks very clean to the upside. And if Microsoft can catch a bid, we're looking for Microsoft 290. I wanted to swing this thing yesterday, but did not just because of the market conditions and bank earnings and whatnot. Couldn't swing it. I think that was the correct decision not to swing. Are you factoring the fact that is Passover tomorrow and a lot of traders are off today? Usually that means down and not up day like your gut is telling you. Uh, okay. Not my gut. It's just the technicals. I'm going by the technicals. Okay, if market moves along nicely, usually okay. Are we looking bearish open? VIX moved away. Yeah, let's look at VIX and VIX. I think this will play a big factor.
Who the fuck is this Labaman cunt?
It's all right. Take it easy.
Yeah, but I think it's another dickhead in here trying to troll us. People have no
No,
lives.
no. Everybody has their own concerns, buddy. You gotta take it easy. Gotta take it easy.
Oh, I feel like it's the wankers from the other group, Darth. That's why I get pissed off. These fucking losers have no life if it is them.
That's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, right?
They're entitled to my foot up their ass, bro.
Take it easy.
We just love you, Darth. We don't want nobody talking to you like that.
Exactly. I'm just
I
protecting
know.
my family. Like
Darth, this is Rob taking it easy.
I know. Typical Scots.
I'm protective of my mates, man. I don't like assholes for no reason. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Everybody has a point of view. Can't help. And that is how it should be. Not everybody has to be on the same page. That's what makes the market. So here is VIX. VIX will run into its resistance around this number, which it has been one-time hit, two-time hit, and I think it will continue hitting that. Now, this thing looks like it still has ammo to push into this number, and banks are coming out with earnings better than expected, but not really translating into. I don't know what is their guidance. I did not read the guidance yet, but I think whenever that happens, whenever I read into the guidance, that will give me a better picture of VIX. How's the outlook of or if anybody has any ideas into what's going on with the bank earnings, they can definitely let me know. So here is where I think it will push into VIX 2191. And this will happen only if VIX crosses its 8. And I think there is enough ammo for it to cross. And I think VIX will test its mean on the 1 hour today, 2248. Will it happen right away? I want to see it happen right away. Right about here, 2230, whatever this number is, 21. This will be a test. And if
VIX isn't on your screen right now. IXIC is, unless my computer's messed up.
okay, that's a
Oh, you're right.
That's a different window there. All right, so yeah, there. This 8 is acting as resistance right now. VIX try to hit that one more time, one more time. I think it will clear this number and push into this super trend. If you extend this super trend here, right about till here, 2230, this will VIX will push into this number. Will it happen in a straight line? Of course not. It won't happen in a straight line, but I want to see that happen. So that will bring some balance to the markets. And this is the chart that I want to be watching for VIX. Come on, VIX. Daily chart. So the daily chart, and this is what needs to happen on the daily chart. 21, 25, or whatever this number is, the 200. The downside, let's look for a push here. And if VIX breaks below this, we're looking for a much better. This is the number I'm watching for VIX, basically, right about here. So if VIX breaks below this number, then markets will rally. VIX doesn't have much to hold on to right now, to the downside. and this is the number, immediate number. Yeah. So majority of the market participants will be watching this number to the downside, and to the upside, this number 2230. This is how VIX will be played out today. Above this number, I think markets will kind of VIX will kind of rally, and below 200, VIX will kind of give up, and markets will rally. This is how it's going to play out. VIX right now is sitting at its mean on the daily. So let's see how this plays out. Right here, it's a lot of support for VIX on the daily. Right here, if you extend this line and if you look at the mean here, this is where it is sitting and this is where it is bouncing off of. Does it have room to the upside? For technicals, no. But for the lower term technicals, they are pointing to the upside. This will get resolved, and I think after that, VIX will push down. You just need to break this number, clear, push into 2090, and then probably push below into this number. Let's see. Let's take hour by hour. I don't want to plot anything, long term. Let's take it hour by hour. Cool thing. And one last thing is Tesla. I'm not looking to participate in Tesla simply because it is acting very weird. And again, this is where it is jumping off of 979. I think a test of 979 will happen again. And to the upside, the mean is still the barrier, and 22, whatever this number is. And if Tesla clears this number alongside the markets, it will push higher into 1050. So the mean clearance, then another $25 to the upside. And if the mean gets rejected, I think it will come back down and test this number. So the base case would be 994, and good to have would be 977. And if it breaks below there, we are looking for a push into this super trend 971. A break below here would push Tesla to 950s and then most likely into 920s. Not pricing in this thing today, but OPEX today, let's see how it plays out. There's OPEX today, and the banks are doing what they're not supposed to do. And I think there's another piece of information that is coming out around 10. I'm forgetting what kind of news that is. But one thing is this: bank earnings are not translating into either futures pushing higher, or they're not even translating into other sectors catching up. So I don't know what's going on. So most likely, what I think is, with banks will come back down after this rally. Whatever this rally, I think the rally is ephemeral. The rally will be ephemeral. It's going to be an ephemeral rally. And look for a spot where you can actually, so I think this is where the spot should be. 330.66 for Bank of America. Not Bank of America, what am I talking? GS. So this is the spot where you can look for a push down. And if it clears there, is there an upside to it? I don't know if there's a real upside to it. 330. So this is where I think if it clears here around 330, then we are looking into probably 340, 334, and this should be it. And
2 minutes, boss.
Yes, sir. 2 minutes to open. All right. So let's move into sanity. I will